All right, so I know you guys love diving deep with us into the world of personal growth
Yeah,
and making positive changes, right?
absolutely.
Well, today we're going to be looking at something that really caught our eye.
Okay.
This idea that small, consistent changes
hmm
can have a really big impact over time.
I like it.
We've been digging into this snippet from a motivational podcast called 5 Minute Insights.
Okay.
And they talk about this thing called the 1% rule. Have you heard of this?
I have, yeah. It's the concept that if you just improve 1% each day, all those little gains,
Right.
they add up exponentially.
It almost sounds too good to be true. 1% a day. That's nothing.
Right.
But they're claiming that if you do this, you'll be 37 times better
Wow.
after a year. Now, that's a pretty bold statement.
It is. And of course, we shouldn't get too hung up on the specific numbers.
Right.
But the principle behind it, that's what's really fascinating.
Right.
What they're talking about is the magic of compounding, which is the same idea as compound interest when you're talking about finance.
Yeah, like when the interest you earn
Exactly.
starts earning interest on itself.
That's it.
Okay, but how does that apply to like forming habits or personal growth?
Well, imagine you want to learn a new language.
Okay,
Instead of trying to cram hours of study every day,
right.
you commit to just 5 minutes.
Okay,
That's your 1%.
that seems pretty doable.
Right. It seems almost too easy.
Yeah. But I'm guessing those 5 minutes aren't going to magically make me fluent.
You're absolutely right. It's not about instant results.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
about consistency, doing it day after day. And that starts to build momentum.
Okay.
You're not just learning vocabulary, you're wiring your brain to make language learning a habit.
I see.
That's where the compounding kicks in.
Interesting.
Each day builds on the one before it.
Okay, so it's not just about those individual actions.
Right.
It's about creating this like upward spiral
Yeah,
of positive change. Now, the 5 Minute Insights podcast gave all sorts of examples of these small little habits.
Mhm.
Things like drinking more water, decluttering for a few minutes, or reading just one page every night.
Yeah, those sound pretty achievable.
I like how doable those all sound.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering,
Mhm.
are we oversimplifying things? I mean, could those tiny things really make a difference?
They absolutely can, and there's actually a psychological reason for it.
Okay.
Even those small wins, those little improvements, they trigger a dopamine release in our brains.
Ooh, dopamine.
Yeah, and dopamine is that reward chemical. It makes us feel good,
Right.
and it reinforces the behavior, making us more likely to do it again.
So we're kind of hacking our own reward system
Right.
by setting these tiny goals.
Exactly.
It's pretty neat.
It is.
But there's got to be more to it than just feeling good, right?
You're right. As those small wins start to add up,
Okay.
something really interesting happens. We start to build self-efficacy.
Self-efficacy, what is that?
It's that belief in our own ability to succeed. Okay.
We see that even small actions can make a difference, and that keeps us going.
It's motivating.
Yeah, it motivates us to keep pushing forward.
So it's about the consistency and those little boosts of confidence that we get along the way.
That's exactly it.
Okay, so this 1% rule, it's a pretty powerful concept,
It is.
but it's important to remember
Yeah.
we're not machines.
Or not.
Life is unpredictable.
Absolutely.
There will be days when we slip up. Right.
Of course, of course.
The key is to not get discouraged
Mhm.
and just get back on track.
That's it.
All right, so to wrap things up,
Okay.
it sounds like the big takeaway here is that
Yeah.
small, consistent changes, those 1% improvements that we make day after day,
Right.
can lead to big growth over time.
They can.
And that's all thanks to the power of compounding and our own brain chemistry.
Exactly. It all works together.
So I'm curious,
Mhm.
what's one tiny habit that you're willing to commit to starting today?
Something so small that it feels almost too easy.
Yeah.
Write it down. Make a plan. And just see where you are in a month, 6 months, or even a year from now.
I love that idea.
Remember, guys,
Mm-hmm.
even tiny ripples can create massive waves.
That's so true.
Thanks for diving deep with us today.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
See you then.
Bye.